What's going on, guys? This is Kaishro. Welcome back. So we are back with another video. So in this video, we're going to cover my Dragonmaid deck profile that got recently top 8 on the Campus League Philippines 2024. It was a delayed event. It was supposed to be last December 2024, but it got delayed for some reasons. So we held the event just today, Saturday, January 18th, and we had like 70 participants, or yeah, it's more than 60 from Campus League joiners, and I got top 8 on this Dragon Maid deck profile. Uh, Subsequently, kinda budget, but I have upgraded some of my staples from before on my previous deck list. I have included follows and other stuff here. So yeah, I think this could be a very good reference for the upcoming Dragon Maid support towards the TCG metagame. So without further ado, let's start. So moving on towards my main deck, 40. I'm running 3 Chamber. Pretty standard. I think Chamber is your starter that will inevitably create your desired end board no matter what. No, some people wants to cut this at 2, or sometimes they really don't play the effectiveness of Chamber. But for me, it is still very relevant and very effective as well. And moving on next, we do have 3 Parlor. So this could be your worst starter on some occasions. So I usually trim the copies of Parlor into 2 on game 2, 3. Whenever I do feel like that I need some extra slot on my main deck for my sideboard cards, no. So only 3 Parlor. And we do have 3 Kitchen. Arguably the best starter on this deck. And I think a lot of people are running Sangan Kaimen to search this off because it is a Fire Dragon, no, from Sangan Kaimen. But for me, I don't really fancy playing the Sangan Kaimen. I just think that that card is really good if you're running Dragon Maid 10 Fire Dragon. But in my case, it is pure Dragon Maid only. So yeah, I'm only running 3 copies of Kitchen without the Sangan Kaimen. Next, we do have the Big Dragons. Once turn, 1 Lore Power, and 1 Team Catch. This is the only 3 that you would want to have on your deck. And on my previous video, I've noticed that a lot of people are asking whether I'm not running Nurse or the Ernus package. No, for me, I just think that those are pretty unnecessary on my thought process. I just want to have my basic starters and also have the luxury of playing 3 to 4 hand traps on my hand, and yeah, just do my 1 card combo and use the 4 staples on my hand to interrupt the opponent or also protect my play. But I think if you have locals that has a lot of Dragon Maid, I think you could run the Nurse and Ernus package, and it will give you a better grind game and overall chances of outwitting your mirror match. So moving on towards my staples, I'm running triple Ash Blossom, of course, 3 Ash. Very effective here just to nullify the Maxi and Follows. And next we do have 3 Veiler. So spoiler alert, I'm running a lot of hand traps. So we do have 3 Veiler here. And next we do have 3 Droll. I think you could cut Droll on this build because it underperformed on my experience. I'm not really satisfied on how Droll performed today. I have lost a lot of games where Droll have been very less effective, and I didn't side out my Droll for those matchups, so I kinda regretted it. So I think I might have played Ogre or even Phantasmi would do some magic for me over Droll. But yeah, I ran with Droll just to answer the rogue environment that we have in the Philippines. So yeah, all in all, I'm still uncertain whether I would continue playing Droll on the main deck or not. Next, we do have Triple Nibiru. Performed really well today. I have caught a lot of decks off guard with Nibiru, and overall really solid against the best decks out there. And next, we do have Double Maxi. So only 2 Maxi because we have semi-limited Maxi. And moving on towards our spell, Dragon Maid spells, we do have 2 Hospitality. Only 2. I never found the instance where I need the third copy on my testings or any other game. I just think that 2 is enough. Here, 1 is your extender and 1 is just the backup plan for the mid game or late game instances. So only 2, hospitality. And of course, one changeover, the one off changeover. You wouldn't want to run more than one. And we do have 2 super poly. The newly included card here on my main deck. I think super poly is just so nice in this metagame. It answers a lot of threats on the board, and it gives you a breathing room around the most popular decks like Orcus, Blue Primite, and even the likes of things like Voices Voice, for example, no? And Hero that is very popular in the Southeast Asian regions. And a lot of decks would struggle with Super Poly, especially if they don't really expect Super Poly hitting their board. I have won my match against a Malice player where I Super Polyed him twice on a single game, and it just went nuts for me. So I'm really thankful that I ran Super Poly here on the main deck. And we do have 2 Call by the Grave, of course, to nullify the Maxi. And we do have 1 Cross Out. We are very afraid of Maxi. I don't want to give my opponent chances to draw off from the seals and the lady and the summon of the lady from the deck, no? So those are 3 cards, imagine that. Those are very, very massive. And I wouldn't want to gamble my chances on letting Maxi resolve. So I ran Cross Out this time. Even though I think that I didn't respect Maxi enough on my previous builds of my Dragonmaid. So now I'm very afraid of Maxi due to how important that card is in this metagame. And we do have 1 Prosperity, our consistency card, only 1 off. And next we do have our traps, triple infinity permanence, na standard hand trap, nothing to say too much. And next we do have double tiding, only 2. I live and die with my ratio of tidying. I just think that 2 is the most optimal number of tidying. Especially you don't really want to grind out games on this Dragonmaid. Even though you have a good grind game, we cannot take away that. I think you can close out games early on. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. You could probably win the match by that instance where you have shoe, house, or seals on your board, no? With just tidying on your setup. You would probably win as long as you play correctly towards your interruptions, no? So only 2 tidying. And moving on next towards my extra deck, I'm running 2 lady. Only 2, I think, 2 work for me today. And I never found an instance where I need the third copy. And we do have 2 house. Only 2 house as well. Didn't found the third copy on my testing and tournament. And we do have 2 shoe. 2 shoe, very immense. Of course, if anything, I would want to run the third copy, but I only had 2. And next, we do have 1 Garura, super poly target, of course, and 1 Madragon, very insane against hand trap decks. Once you catch your opponent off guard with super poly, you can just protect your monsters with the quick effect of Madragon. And next, we do have Boreal Fusion, didn't come up. I don't even know why I'm running this card, to be honest. Just here to another option to fusion out, especially this Dark Dragon, no? And also level 8. And you're going to see why I'm running level 8s on this deck. And next we do have Chaos Star Source Dragon. Probably a super poly target as well around Blue Eyes. And also a really nice effect to pop cards destroy. I think it is massive on the mid game. And next we do have our links to Heretic Seals. You need 2. I swear, you need 2. If you are thinking you could get away playing with 1, I think you will go in a very bad direction. I think it is a wrong decision to make. I think 2 is just the magic number for the Heretic Seals. Because you need to link off your monsters to fetch them off towards the graveyard, and also this could act as your threat on the later stages, no? So I would want to run this at 2. And next one, Striker Dragon, another solid card for us. And next, Little Knight, generically good. And this is the reason why I'm running a lot of level 8s on the extra deck. A lot of level 8s can go towards into the Dingirisusu, and your big dragons on the main deck are also level 8s, no? So you could pretty much make this when you want to OTK the opponent, or they have a problematic card on the board, and yeah, this card can save a lot of instances for that. And moving on towards my side deck, I'm running triple Lancea, of course. Oh my goodness, there's a bunch of stuff going on in the metagame that could be rattled with Lancea. It is a must 3 off, and I think I have made the correct call for this. And next, we do have 3 Follows. So before, I was not running Follows, but I just think that the meta environment right now is very diverse. You cannot really predict what's going to happen and what you're going to face. So I just took the liberty of playing generically good cards and just seal the deal for that. No, just throw these follows on the standby, shotgun it, no, play around talent, and just hope for the best that they're going to play against this card, and punish them with your hand size advantage over them, no. So 3 follows. And next, we do have 1 Bestial Magnamut. I am really regretful that I have trimmed my Bestial copies. I only ran 1 Magnamut. I didn't run the Druid's Worm. And before, on my previous testings, before I went towards the tournament, I guess a week before, I am playing Bestial Dragonmaid without Lubellion. I just played Saronir, Baldrake, Druid's Worm, Magnamut on my main deck, and I just think that if I played that version of my Dragonmaid, I could have gone further due to how my matchups panned out. There's a bunch of light and dark targets on the graveyard, and of course Orcus, very ridiculous deck right now. You want to have your bestials to banish the harp and other crazy stuff like the engraver on the graveyard, no. So yeah, I think I really made a bad decision on not sticking with my plan of playing more bestials. So if I'm going to innovate my deck, I would want to run a lot of bestials, and I would hope that I can buy the Lubellion and Regain package, so I will have a legitimate bestial function on my main deck now. So yeah, we will see. I'm going to cook with that idea of mine moving forward. But for now, I am running 1 Magnamut. And next, we do have 2 Lightning Storm. Oh my goodness, I just want to have a card that does something against meta beat control. But when I prepared against them, they didn't come up. Yeah, the only stun deck that I have faced was the Floowandereeze on the round 6. So it didn't came up. I am really sorry for myself. I always find myself preparing against the top tier best decks, and I always neglect the control matchups, the stun, the meta beats, and whatnot. But now I have decided to prepare against them, and they didn't show up. That's just how Yu-Gi-Oh works in general. So yeah, you don't really answer anything. So maybe, just maybe, if I have played Phantasmi or even Ghost Ogre here, maybe I could have gone further on this tournament. So yeah, 2 Lightning Storm for now, and 1 talent, a ridiculous card. I think I would want to run 2 talent on my next build, but yeah, this card really saved a lot of instances for me. Just trading cards for cards, playing for card advantages, and taking control of her opponents, and just swing for damage sometimes, no? It could help a lot in those circumstances. And next, we do have 1 Feather Duster. Of course, I think I'm going to run Lightning Storm at 3 copies on my previous thought process, but I just found myself imagining myself in the middle of a game where I don't have any outs towards their back row or floodgate setup, no? And I would want to daydream that I am going to draw a Prosperity and dig for a Duster. That's just what happened when I decided to play Duster here. But on my previous experiment, this card was severely cut off on my Campus League build. But yeah, I just ran with 1 Feather Duster, and we do have 3 Solemn Judgment as our going first card. So yeah, really solid. Protected me from a lot of crazy cards from resolving in this meta game. And the last card on our 15 card side deck would be Red Reboot. I didn't come up. This is my silver bullet against those crazy stand decks, and it didn't come up. This card was severely underperformed on my tournament. I could have gone a better hand trap over this, but yeah, just to respect the Sanctum, the barrier, those going first decks, no, I just run Red Reboot. So yeah, that sums up my Dragonmaid top 8 deck profile in this channel. So if you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep providing this content for you guys. So thank you once again for my opponents on the tournament, for all of the players who have joined the tournament. Please continue supporting our Yu-Gi-Oh community in the Philippines. So thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.